It's a new day.
For new adventures.
So we made it here to Dreher Island. We're just outside of Columbia, South Carolina, and we're staying here for a SCMEA conference this weekend. We got here a couple hours ago. It's probably the earliest we've gotten to camp yet. Usually we leave after work and
the middle of the night.
But Caroline's already starting to go through what we've seen.
Nature journaling, just a few different things, sights and sounds. And then we've already seen some wildlife. So we saw a banded water snake swimming right in front of our campsite, and some mealbelly sliders, and we also saw a toad when we first got here. So now I'm identifying trees, and I'm gonna start watercoloring. I've got this little watercolor kit. You put water in the pen so you don't have to have a bowl or anything, and I'm gonna paint something.
So we're in spot 51 in the Islander Loop. It has power and water. We brought the truck, not Orion, and we put the tent on the truck this time, but our spot's right on the water. I'm gonna show you around while Caroline's painting. There's a little beach access down there, but there's rocks and everything. We moved the picnic table, but we have the tent on the rack now. This is spot 51. We're over in the Islander Loop.
I hear Dr. Deadmau5.
So the sun looks like it's gonna set right here at the back of our camp and be like a perfect view. There's a lot of boat traffic. We're on Lake Murray, just outside of Columbia.
I see the Dr. Deadmau5.
But the rest of the evening, we're gonna make some dinner, watch the sunset, probably try and do a time lapse with the new camera, and maybe set up the hammocks. We brought those with us this time. And then I think tomorrow when Caroline goes to the zoo, I'm gonna walk around.
Golden crown kinglet. I've never seen one.
Caroline's still spotting birds. So it just started the sunset. I set up the camera down here by the water. We got a time lapse going of the sunset. Caroline's painting. She'll tell you what she's painting here in a little bit. We just started dinner. We made it's like a chicken soup, chicken pasta soup last night. So we brought the leftovers with us. So we got that going, and then some Asiago bread, focaccia Asiago bread from Lowe's. And then last night we also made pound cake. So you got a piece of pound cake. But I had the hammock strung up, put a picture of that. Caroline took a picture of me, but just watching the sunset. Finished cooking dinner. Caroline's got the conference in the morning, so we went ahead and got up in the tent kind of early. It's like 7, just after 7, and so we're gonna lay here and watch some YouTube and just wind down for the night. It's still kind of humid outside after raining today. But we've tried out the time lapse of the sunset. It looked pretty cool. But campground's starting to fill up, being a Friday night. Did you see anything today?
No.
And you didn't see any cool birds?
Let me tell. Oh gosh. We look crazy. I saw 2 new lifelong birds. The brown something nuthatch.
Crested?
I don't know, some kind of brown nuthatch. And it sounds like a squeaky toy, which was really cool. And then I also saw a golden crowned kinglet, which I've heard before but never seen, and I got to see it. And then I got to watercolor with my new kit that's meant for camping, and that was really fun. I did like a little nature journal. And did we already talk about the snake?
No, we have not talked about the snake.
Oh my gosh, we saw a banded water snake swimming in the lake, and then it dove under the water, and so that was really neat. So yeah, but there was lots of birds around, but those 2 were really cool because I've never seen them before. And I also saw a downy woodpecker and all the other kind of normal birds like chickadee and tufted titmouse. So it was a very successful afternoon, and then we watched the sunset, and it was beautiful. Why do I look crazy?
Because you're laying down.
Do I always look crazy laying down?
No.
Oh.
It's also a wide angle lens.
Anyway, so then we ate dinner.
We did eat dinner.
This is gonna get real long.
I already talked about dinner in that other video.
Yeah. Anyway, so it was a good night. And now we're gonna watch some videos and then go to sleep.
See you in the morning. It's a new day.
For new adventures. We just got up like an hour ago, but the sun's just starting to rise, and I got ready for the conference. And Brian's been packing up the tent so he can drive me. Now we're making breakfast, but I'll show you our view. So pretty with the sunrise. The birds are starting to come out. And then there are so many bass boats. We think there's either a tournament or a practice for a tournament. But we're just gonna eat breakfast and then drive into Columbia so I can go to my conference. But we'll update you later. You'll probably follow Brian around today because I'll be learning new things.
Your tea's steeping.
Yay! Sleeping was like a 4 out of 10. There's just like a lot of lights and sounds last night when we were trying to fall asleep, and it was still pretty hot. But this morning it's pretty chilly and feels much better. So hopefully tonight will be better.
So we got breakfast going.
The tea's good.
We got the Peak Refuel biscuits and gravy. And then I have some coffee that I made. It's just the, it's like the bottle that you buy at the grocery store. And then Caroline's got her tea now.
It's good.
We're about to head to the conference, finish packing up.
I saw 2 American coots.
Cool.
No, they're coot.
So we packed up the tent and the little annex underneath. It took 20 minutes for me to do it in the dark this morning, which is better than on the whenever it was on the trailer. But we didn't use the awning yesterday. And we like a breakfast where you just boil some water. Especially, we like to get up and go see stuff early in the morning.
What having for breakfast tomorrow?
Probably oatmeal or something. We'll see. Tomorrow's a little slower of a morning. We don't have to be at the zoo until like 11 o'clock. And that's when checkout is, so we can enjoy the morning here a little longer. Maybe do a sunrise time lapse. There's been 10,000 boats this morning. Next weekend's a bass fishing tournament here on the lake. So it's like they're practicing. But I'm gonna finish picking up the last few things and let you know what's next. So I dropped Caroline off at the zoo, just made it back to camp. Got the fly rod set up with some of the like worms and poppers for bass fishing. We'll go down here and kind of see if anything bites. I don't have high expectations. It's kind of late in the day, but see what happens. Let you know, catch anything. I'm supposed to head to the zoo later this afternoon and meet up with Caroline. So kind of mess around. It's like 10 o'clock. So let's see what happens for a little while and let you know. But it's a nice day. Humidity kind of died out after last night. And so it's a pretty lake. The wind picked up. All right, so a little update on fishing. It's really windy. So, yeah, it's really windy. I picked up some lures this morning. I got, see if it'll focus on it. They're like little grubs. Trying to fish this. It's like fallen trees and structure here at the campground. Got those. And we'll try one of these worms here after a while. But they're like little weighted worms. But it's so windy I forgot the little crimp-on weights. You don't really use them fly fishing, but I mean it is windy. So I need something to kind of get the fly out there. But those are with the other tackle box. I'd put them on the boat since they were like lead-free stainless weights. I took them out of this bag and put them in the other, and I was trying the little popper that I have, topwater popper, but right now I'm using just a wet fly, try and get something down under, but it's starting to get hot. It's 11:15 now, so we'll try it a little while longer and then make some lunch. I got a few worms, a few like streamers and different things, but we'll see. Just kind of playing around. I hadn't really used this rod too much since I got it. It's a Akuma fly. It's a 9.6 weight. 9.6. It's a 9.6 rod. It's an 8 weight with a 7/8 reel. But it's rigged for saltwater. When I was trying to use it to catch redfish, that was the last time I used it. I have the trout rod, but I didn't feel like putting it together. Since I already had this one together, just decided to use it. But see how it goes for a little while longer. So I'm gonna try and one hand film this, but managed to catch one fish. I think it's like a little brim, but I'll have to have Caroline identify it. Let's see if I can get down here without getting wet or falling in the water. This was on a little like wet fly. Try not to get wet. So, little tiny guy. It's got some red on him. No stripes. Blue lips. Okay, so filming, that was a struggle because I don't have a mount or anything on the action camera. I just have it loose and was shoved in my pocket. But I managed to take a picture and put that right here. But that's all I was using. Little, like, diving nymph wet fly. Tiny, it's like a 12 hook, I believe. I'll put what it actually is. I forget. I bought all these a long time ago. But take a break here in a minute. It's starting to get hot. It's almost noon. but managed to catch something here on Lake Murray. So, let you know if we catch anything else. So I came back up to the truck. Probably gonna make some lunch. It's now 11:45, but caught the 2 fish. That was on the saltwater, the 8-weight rod. I'll probably make a sandwich, and then after lunch, depending on what time it is, pull out the I think it's like a 4 or 5. It's a trout rod. We'll pull it out, see how it does. It's been a couple years since well, I guess probably a year since I tried fishing with it. Was having some problems casting. I probably need to get a higher quality floating line for it. It kind of like bunched. It was something cheap I put on there probably 4 years ago, 5 years ago. Put like a cheap floating line on it and never really did cast right. So I'll play with it today. This one was a nicer line. I think it's it wasn't Sims. It's I have some other backing. Rio. This is the Rio. I got it whenever I got the tapered leader for redfish and sea trout. And then right now I'm using the freshwater leader for bass. So pretty much have those redfish for whenever we're down on the boat. But like I said earlier, I forgot the weights, but still was able to catch stuff. Just couldn't get the line far out. I had to fish the rocks right on the bank. But it is later in the day. But I'll make some lunch and then head back over to the zoo and get Caroline here in a couple hours or so. It's a much nicer day today than yesterday. So taking a break from fishing for a little bit, made a turkey and provolone sandwich of one of the new winter spiced cranberry Sprites. I'm just gonna enjoy the view for a little while. Might try, like I said, fishing with the little trout rod, but caught the 2 brim. Just gonna hang out for the next couple hours. Might work on editing some stuff for Onyx Off-Road, which is what we use for all the mapping right now. All our maps and navigation and everything. Pretty much use Onyx Off-Road pretty much every day now. But I got some work to do with that stuff. Some trails we ran last weekend, submitting those, but just gonna enjoy perfect view. It's a great day. It's like 70 degrees right now with a nice breeze. Alright, so finished fishing, ended up catching 3 of those little brim. After lunch I didn't film anything, but after I ate, I pulled out the 4-weight fly rod, and then put one of the new little like worms with the weights on them attached to that, and ended up catching 1 more. Only cast it a few times. I didn't have much time, but just hopped back in the car, heading back over towards the Riverbanks Zoo to meet up with Caroline. So they're supposed to be done about 3 o'clock, and they get to wander around the zoo for like 2 hours before dinner. So I'm gonna head over there, meet up with her, so we'll get to walk around the zoo for 2 or 3 hours maybe, and then tonight's like a dinner and live auction for different donations, raise money for the program. But it's the SCMEA, it's South Carolina Marine Educators Association. But this is the 4th year Caroline's been a part, and then the 3rd time we've attended. The first one was in Charleston, then the other one was in Georgetown, and then last year it was canceled, I think due to like storms, and I don't think a lot of people signed up. And then this year it's here at the Riverbanks Zoo in Columbia. And then tomorrow they get to have like an animal encounter. So go to that tomorrow, and then continue to make a loop through some of the state parks here in central, like South Carolina, in the middle of the state around Columbia. But we'll actually have dinner out tonight, part of the conference, and then come back tonight and set up. But try and film some around the zoo and see where it heads. But I got like a 45-minute hour drive back over from here at Dreer Island on Lake Murray back into downtown Columbia. So I'm gonna do that. It was a fun afternoon. Got those fish. I did one little nature trail here in the park. Goes up to like an island, but Hurricane Helene had a lot of damage here at the park, and most of the island, like the trail, wasn't there anymore. A lot of the day use is closed, and so it looks like people are using the little island as like the day use swimming area. But yeah, there's 2 trails, and both of them are closed at the time that we're here due to Hurricane Helene damage. So I'll update you when I get back to the zoo and meet up with Caroline, and we'll walk around. And I've never been to the Riverbanks Zoo, and it's been a long time since Caroline's been, so it should be fun.
So Brian came back, and now we're walking around. The conference was great. I loved the conference. I got to learn a lot of stuff, got to see Dr. Childress, and it was just really fun. And I got to paint and like do this little printing thing. But now we're just getting to free roam the aquarium for about 45 minutes.
The zoo.
Why did I keep saying that?
Used to
the
aquariums.
zoo. And we've seen some monkeys so far, but most of them are like in bed now. So we're gonna come back tomorrow, because we can also come in for free tomorrow from 9 to until my encounter. I'm doing the rhino encounter, so I'll get to meet the rhino. But for now, we're just kind of walking around seeing what animals are out, and it's really nice because there's literally no one else here.
It's like the 12 people part of the conference.
Yeah.
Is all that's here.
And then we're having dinner in the classrooms, so we're gonna get to do that as well. But we're approaching the otter area right now, so let's see if we can see some animals. They might all be in the backup spaces. That's what it looks like.
Yep. Looks like
That's
they know
fine.
it's
We're
closed.
gonna try to come back tomorrow and see what we can do. This is gonna be so pretty lit up.
Yeah, it will be.
So they just decorated for like their Christmas lights. So yeah, but we're gonna just keep walking around, and it's so pretty. It's such a nice day, so yeah, hopefully we'll see some animals, and we'll let you. Hi. I don't know if you can see because it's so far away, but there's a tiger right there. Go tigers. Okay, we're here with the green tree python. Look how cute he is.
Oh, he's balancing on the limb.
Yeah. I love when snakes do this. You can't really see because there's a
Is he
smudge.
sleeping?
I can't tell because no, his eyes are open. Well, snakes don't really close their eyes. He's moving. Hi, friend. You can't really tell, but he's right there. I love him.
I can probably.
So these are called king vultures, and they're literally the scariest thing I've ever seen.
There's also a troop eel. See on the barn door right here to the left. There's a little bird.
Oh my gosh, it looks like an oriole.
It's called a troop eel.
But I don't know if you can see this scary vulture, but oh my gosh.
I'll add a picture of it I'm taking.
And then look at this pretty little birdie.
Then there's this bird called a troop eel. What the little sign says.
It's so
It does look like an
orange.
oriole.
The flamingos are talking. My friend. Oh, they're juveniles.
A lot of pink birds. It's crazy you got to see one of these on Bull Island in Charleston.
I know. They weren't this bright.
They're heading back into the conference for dinner, but it was cool getting to see the zoo with nobody here. But we'll be back at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning to kind of finish
we're
seeing
gonna
things.
see all the buildings were closed tonight, so we're gonna go see the penguins and the koala and the aquarium tomorrow morning, and then try to see some of the ones that were already put up for the night. But it was really cool, and we checked off a lot of the animals, so now we're just gonna head back to the classroom and get some dinner.
But we'll see y'all in the morning. After this, we're just gonna head back over to Drew Island and set up camp.
And go to sleep.
Because it'll be late. So see you in the morning for biscuits and gravy. Round 2. Good morning.
Good morning.
Finished.
Oh.
We finished packing up camp. We had biscuits and gravy again, and we're gonna head back to the zoo this morning, like we said in the last video. So we're gonna head back to the zoo.
I get to meet a rhino.
So we'll walk around the zoo till 11 when Caroline gets to meet the rhino, and then
we're gonna go get the gift store.
The gift shop, and that'll pretty much finish this trip. And then there'll be a video that follows that will be where we go after that, which will be
State Parks galore.
Yeah, there's like 5 or 6 state parks we're gonna try and hit on the way home. But
Yay.
We'll see y'all when we get to the zoo.
All right, we're at Riverbanks Zoo. So we just saw the koala. You'll see pictures and a video of that. But we're gonna walk through the lorikeet exhibit, which I'm not super thrilled about. Oh, just kidding.
Still closed.
I think it's still closed. Well, that's fine. I didn't want to do that anyway.
Yep. Oh, it says taking a break.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, you have to pay for it.
Yep.
You have to pay for that. Oh well, whatever. All right. Well, we were gonna go lion, tiger, bear, but then we need to go to the penguins after that. So.
Oh, the tiger is out walking around this morning.
The tiger is walking around. I'm so excited. There's lorikeets. They're annoying anyway. They remind me of those really annoying ones that I don't like. So.
And it is 9:10 in the morning, so we are like first thing in the park today.
I'm freezing.
Yeah, it is like 50 degrees this morning.
Oh, it's a tiger. Hello, tiger. Good morning. They're so much bigger than I remember.
I know. Last night all we saw was his head.
I think it's a girl.
And it is sponsored by Clemson University, of course.
I can see how they blend in. So we're over here at the sea lions. And I saw one, but I'm waiting for him to come back around. Of course, these are my favorite.
We're on the hunt for the sea lions.
Oh, he is.
You see them?
No.
I think they're on this side.
He's so big. So I haven't been here since they opened this. This is the new aquarium. I've been to the old aquarium, but they just rebuilt this. So we're gonna head in and see. Okay, so we're in the aquarium, and the first tank has some really cool animals. Ignore the rattlesnake for now, but there's an eastern glass lizard right in here. You can kind of see him. They are a type of lizard, but they're legless, so it kind of look like a snake, but they're not. They can blink, and that is the main difference, because snakes can't blink. So, and then this is the biggest canebrake / timber rattlesnake I have ever seen. Its head's way over there. And then over here we have an eastern diamondback too, and he's also huge. And then we can't find the pine snake,
I haven't seen him. He might be back behind the log.
the last thing in here, but we're gonna move on. It's really loud in here, so hopefully you can hear
It should
what we're
pick up.
saying.
Yeah, I don't see the pine snake.
I love when zoos and aquariums are like immersive, where it feels like you're in the forest with the animals.
This is supposed to be a black tree monitor.
Well, if it's in the tree,
Let's
probably
see
like.
the
Oh,
iguana.
I see its tail.
Oh, yep, he's above the glass. He's on top of the ledge.
I don't like that. That was scary. Ah! Cool, spotted.
Here he comes.
Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, he looks like a rat, like a.
A velociraptor.
Yeah, he does. Oh, his tongue is so long. Oh, I don't like lizards. I'd rather hold a snake than a lizard.
A big lizard.
Ew, I don't like it.
The
Moving
green
on.
one. The green one was moving around also.
Oh, he's kind of pretty. Where'd you see him at?
Same thing. He was up on top of the
Oh,
glass.
I see him. He's up there.
Yep.
I love these habitats. I guess I have a good botanist. Ooh, snakes.
Dart frog
And a bushmaster.
There's one of the dart frogs right there behind the
Oh my
leaf.
gosh, so pretty. I love dart frogs. You see him? He's so pretty and blue. Okay. What's the other? A tree boa. So that's going to be in the tree. Tree boa. Don't see the tree boa. Or the bushmaster. Oh, look. There's a yellow one and a red one. They're everywhere. There's the bushmaster. Largest venomous snake in the Americas. It's
Back there in the back?
Yeah. He's like right there. He blends in so well. Oh, and there's the. Is that another bushmaster? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
There's two. Wow. We've been staring in here and I just saw this. Hi, Froggy.
Do you see the frog right at the little burrow?
I also love frogs. What?
You see the bright blue one right there by the hole?
Did you see
Then
the
there's a
yellow
yellow one.
There's a yellow one right here. Look at them. Look at that. Take a picture of that one. It's on the leaf. Oh my gosh, they're hopping everywhere. Taking you to the mangroves. See a mangrove. I've seen this in the Keys before, but it's so cool. They even have some live corals. Live corals. Oh, calico crab. Yellow stingray. That's fun. Ooh, look at all the anemones. It's really cute.
I would say that even if I had to become he wanted so much fun. He's actually told me, if he said he could do it, I was like, oh,
Symbiosis in motion.
And because there aren't any rhinos in here, we're able to explore some bedrooms if you want to. So find an open gap. There's one here. There's one right on the other side of Caroline there. Then walk inside. So you'll see some of those enrichment items here hanging up. This is the ladies' bedroom. Typically, Winnie and Connie like to sleep together in this space. You'll notice some really cool things that have been added to the barn is the flooring. And while it may not feel very different to us than normal concrete, it's actually padded a bit so that their hoof care less erosion on their hooves over time. If you're 4,500 pounds, it might feel very comfortable. So they seem to really love this flooring. We'll take a look through the other bedrooms, but while we're in here, some things to point out is that they always have water inside the barn. Bill has been known to use the restroom in his water trough. But the ladies seem to take care of theirs pretty well. This space here is what we call a communal poo pile. So, and the keepers thankfully have not left any for us in this moment, but they'll probably bring some back. We leave a little bit, or they leave a little bit here every day. So when they come in at night, they know to use the restroom in the same spot. So similar to a cat using a litter box at home. They've been not trained because it's a natural behavior, but they know to do it in this area. So when we go back to the gazebo around the habitat, I'll point out their communal poo pile on habitat. In the summer, it's very smelly around that corner, but they just all use the restroom in the same spot. In the wild, that would be very important for male rhinos, knowing when females are cycling or something might be going on with a herd. So they all flock to that same area. So different hormones and things can be smelt and picked up in that space, which is better than tracking everyone's individual poo piles. So, and it makes it so much easier for the keepers in terms of cleaning. And they have another one too, a little bit tougher rubber instead of this plastic.
That's fun.
But this is also another form of enrichment items that they can push around.
It's really hard.
Yeah, I was expecting.
Our paddock and our shoot area, we don't really use these spaces much more than just moving animals through them. And we have an entire secondary yard over there. That secondary yard has all the same features as our main yard. It's just completely private back there, and they love it. Yeah, right here for
Yes. Hi, Bill. So
Who wants to go first?
Me.
You can go right on up here, up and down on his shoulder.
Oh, he's hairy.
Feel his little bristly
Yeah.
hairs. He's got those hairs all over his body.
So rough.
Whenever anyone asks what do they feel like, I always say like a bristly basketball.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Nice
They
sweet
have
boy.
very thick skin, but they have very sensitive skin.
So
He can feel us
sweet.
touching him. He can feel a fly walking across him.
Yeah. His feet are so big.
he has a massive feet. All right, if you want to
sweet
step
boy.
out on that.
You get some?
They can get
Touch the
sunburned.
rhino.
All right, if you want to step up and do the same thing. Yeah, so they have very sensitive skin, like I said. So what they do is roll around in mud. In the hot summer, we
hairy.
make sure to maintain a couple of mud wallows out here for them.
That was so cool.
That is crazy.
All right.
So we just finished at the zoo. We got to touch the rhino.
We got to touch a rhino, and it was so cute. His name was Bill, and I loved him.
So that's this trip pretty much. Finished the zoo. We're gonna head try and finish some more of the Midland state parks. There's like 5 of them. We're gonna try and make a loop back home, but that video will pick up where this one leaves off. We're gonna grab some lunch and start the next adventure.
Bye.
Bye, see you there.